For many of us, we can see what the camera sees, a crisp, clear picture. But for Shyanne Racey, her vision is a little bit more like this. It's blurred and she can only see a little bit of light. Now that's why she got her new guide dog named Olive to act as her eyes.
It's interesting because with a cane, they find objects, and with a dog, they take you around objects.
Shyanne was born with visual impairments, going blind in her right eye at 2 years old and completely losing the vision in her left eye this February.
Forward. Good girl. That's a girl.
She lives a busy life, going to school and an athlete, and wanted a guide dog to help her keep up with it.
Well, I got a call and I just started tearing up. And I was with my family and they're like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm getting a guide dog. Forward.
Dogs and owners must be perfect matches, which looks at how they walk and pacing. Shyanne met Olive on July 3rd and found out the next day she would become what she calls her guiding light.
Very first time I reached down and picked up her harness handle, I was like, this dog is very low to the ground. But then we walked and it clicked and it felt so nice at the end.
They graduated a few weeks ago, and now that they're home, Shyanne says the trust is huge in her new best friend. And Shyanne wants to remind people, even when you see this cute little dog out in public, never walk up to it and touch it, especially when it's in harness. It can be very dangerous to the handler and the dog. In Harrisonburg, Marina Barnett, WHSV.
My dress isn't going to sit in a box for years, just going to waste basically, and it's actually going to be used for a purpose.
Amy Somm lost her daughter Maddie at birth. Now she's doing her part to honor her daughter by donating her wedding dress to be made into gowns for other parents who are dealing with the same heartbreaking loss.
Babies deserve something pretty to be buried in or for their services.
Regina Sizik-Harlow with the Sadie Rose Foundation says for years she's had people ask if they take wedding dress donations, but they didn't have any way to repurpose them. When her and Amy connected, she thought of a childhood friend who had struggled with her own loss.
I reached out to her and she felt like this was exactly the thing that she could do to provide support for other families going through loss.
Donations are coming in like crazy, even from places out of state.
It has just already gone far beyond what I ever dreamed the response would be.
Some women donate their dresses to honor a lost child. A few people giving up their gowns from failed marriages to make something beautiful. And a few brides that just want to see their dresses reused that would otherwise sit in a closet.
The stories with each gown have just been really special.
They're working on making different sized gowns and wraps for babies lost in miscarriage.
Those wraps will help provide some sense of honor and dignity to this life that has impacted them so greatly.
Donations can be dropped off at the Sadie Rose Foundation House and other locations around the valley. From dresses that walked down the aisle, turning into a treasure for families so they never have to walk this path alone. In Rockingham County, Marina Barnett, WHSV. The debris you see behind me are pieces of a roof left from this historic barn in Harrisonburg. They're still accepting dress donations Monday through Friday, and they're looking for volunteers to help with the event the day of as well. It may not look like much right now, but soon this construction area will become what they're calling Phase 3 of the ice house. Around 4 o'clock this morning is when reports of flooding started to come in from the area, closing roads, including this one and the entire bridge.